All right, delighted to be joined by four-time NBA champion and Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James here with us on the DraftKings network on Gojo and Golic, and get ready to make some picks for Wild Card Weekend in the NFL. Although before we get to that, LeBron, everyone knows your affinity and your relationship with Ohio State. How you feeling there in the college ranks right now? They're getting ready to take on Texas tonight in the Cotton Bowl here. How are we feeling going in and through this run so far?
We're feeling pretty good. Obviously, we got an opportunity to get our lick back, a week and a half ago versus Oregon in the Rose Bowl. I thought we was exceptional. Our offense was clicking. Obviously, Jeremiah Smith was unbelievable from the start, and then our defense put a lot of pressure on that passing game and that quarterback at Oregon. So we're coming in feeling very confident, but understanding this is a different challenge. Texas has played extremely well this year. Obviously, their defense is really well oriented, and they have an explosive offense. And we know they have a former Ohio State player and Ewers that's going to try to do some things versus us. So we better be ready. But I think Coach Day got us ready, and we're ready to go for sure.
It's not many times or ever that my son and I can say we're in a better position than you and your team are, but we are. We're just sitting back waiting for the winner, right? As Notre Dame's in.
No, you guys are, man. Congratulations on that win. That was a big time close game versus Penn State, but you guys got it done. So you guys are waiting to see what happens, man. It was luck of the Irish for you guys yesterday.
Exactly. We'll take every bit of it, too, and we're going to need it if Ohio State ends up being the team that they face in that championship game here. But let's look ahead to the NFL. Before we get to some picks there, you're someone who has hoisted the MVP in the NBA multiple times yourself. We got a great race in MVP in the NFL this season with Saquon Barkley in Philadelphia, Josh Allen in the Buffalo Bills, Lamar Jackson maybe going back-to-back here. Is there a guy among that group that you think has the best chance of taking home the hardware or that you've liked watching the most this season?
I mean, it's a two-man race to me. And obviously, Saquon has been unbelievable this year. What he brought to that offense has been super dynamic and an unbelievable season for him. But you look at Josh Allen and you look at Lamar Jackson and what they've been able to do. Obviously, Lamar with his touchdown passes, his rushing, and also his turnover ratio, his touchdown to turnover ratio this year has increased from last year. And then Josh Allen, losing the weapons that he lost, and to be able to still come back with the season that he's had, I just think it's just neck and neck between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. I would give the nod to Lamar, but also if Josh was to get it, I would be, salute to him as well. I just love what Baltimore's been doing, watching Baltimore. They picked up my favorite player in King Henry in the offseason, and he's fit in just like he's been there since, he was drafted, and that team has been rolling. So it's been very exciting watching the Baltimore Ravens this year.
Yeah, I think it's neck and neck as well. But an argument I don't want to hear is, well, Lamar's won it twice, so just let's give it to Josh. That's the wrong argument to have. Lamar, I think Lamar should win it, but that argument just doesn't float with me. How about you?
No, it doesn't with me either. And I've been a part of voters' fatigue, so yeah. I know all about it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know if we could have found anyone better to discuss that subject than LeBron James himself. So definitely a compelling race for these guys here and a compelling playoffs that we have coming up here. So why don't we get to some picks for Wild Card Weekend in the NFL? Let's go through it chronologically. The first game up tomorrow is going to be the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. The Chargers are a favorite in this game by a field goal. LeBron, who do you like and how do you see this game?
Listen, I got the Chargers. I love how well coached they are. I feel like Houston, has been up and down, and they've been decimated by a lot of injuries, especially offensively this year. Obviously, Stephon Diggs going down. Obviously, we've seen a horrific injury with Tank Dell. I just think they've just been so up and down. CJ, Ohio State alum, he's played well sometimes. Sometimes he hasn't played well, and I just think because of the offense, so many guys in and out. But I love what the Chargers been doing. I think, Justin Herbert and the rest of those guys, they just been playing some really solid football. They're well coached. Coach Harbaugh got those guys fired up. So I got the Chargers winning that game.
Yeah, let me tell you, Harbaugh's really put his stamp on that team early on. Pretty impressive. All right, the Saturday night game, Pittsburgh and Baltimore, they split in the regular season, third meeting now in the playoffs. Who do you like?
I got Baltimore, and I understand before last game, before that lost Baltimore win, we know that Pittsburgh had their number, had Lamar's number, but I think the way they finished off the season, I think the way Baltimore is clicking right now, I think they know what's in front of them, and I think they know what's at stake. So I see them, winning that game. Obviously, it's going to be tough. Coach Tomlin always got his guys motivated and always ultra prepared for battle, but I got Baltimore coming out victorious in that game.
Yeah, hard-hitting games in the AFC North have become the standard there, and so I'm sure that one's going to live up to the billing and then some. Let's flip over to Sunday here. The Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, the other guy you mentioned, neck and neck in that MVP race here. An 8.5-point favorite are the Buffalo Bills. Who do you like in this game?
Yeah, absolutely. Buffalo is favored, and I got them favored as well. Obviously, congratulations to Denver getting into the postseason. I think Bo Nix and what he's been able to do this year as a rookie quarterback, he's been having those guys. They're super exciting to watch Denver and see, where they were from one year last year to where they are now. So congratulations to them making the postseason. But I think the train stops here in Buffalo. The Buffalo Mafia, Bills Mafia, are gonna come to play, and those fans are gonna be jumping off tables in the pregame out there in the cold. So I got Josh Allen bringing that game home.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of drinks before you're diving onto a table. Let me tell you, that just looks like it hurts as the Bills are trying to get off an 0-4 Super Bowl schneid. All right, the middle game on Sunday, Green Bay at Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts has practiced this week. It looks like he'll be out of concussion protocol and playing this game. Who do you like in this one?
Yeah, that was a big question. Everyone was seeing, the health of Jalen Hurts, and obviously because he's so big to that team, to that offense, to that motivating those guys. So, Green Bay, they're dangerous. Obviously with the receiving core they have, obviously Jordan Love can go for 300, 400 yards in a game, and their defense flies around as well. I just think, Philly's been playing really good football. Compared from last year to this year, the way they finished the season is totally different. Last year, they started off well. They did not finish the season well, and, they took that loss early on in the playoffs last year. But I think this year they're ready to go, especially if Hurts is back, cleared. I think they win that game. But it's going to be a tough game, though. Green Bay versus Philly will be a tough one, but Philly prevails.
Yeah, that Philadelphia roster, you're right, and the coaching job they've done this year, a really incredible team with some big-time Super Bowl aspirations. The Sunday nighter on Sunday, the Washington Commanders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got Baker Mayfield and another great season on one side. Jaden Daniels, a prolific rookie year for the Washington Commanders here. Who do you think wins this one?
This is the one game where I'm going to pick the Commanders, and I know they're on the road. And I know they're going against a division champion in Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay is super gritty. Baker Mayfield, another exceptional season. One of my favorite receivers in the game, Mike Evans, another 1,000 yards, and he continues his streak. And they played, well this year as well again. But I think Jaden Daniels, he's special. And the comebacks that he's had this year, the way he's been able to galvanize that team as a rookie quarterback. I think they've done a great job. Another, Terry McLaurin, another Ohio State guy. The rest of those guys, I think they're going to be ready to go, man. And but that's the one game I'm looking forward to watching. The Commanders go into Tampa Bay, but I got the Commanders coming out with a victory.
Then the last game, the Monday night game, Minnesota at L.A., but we know the game got moved to Arizona, just like in the wildfires in 2003, a Monday night regular season game in San Diego got moved to Arizona. First, before I ask you about the game, Mike and I talk about this all the time. Athletes live an itinerary life. And for really the Rams, it got disrupted. And the Rams have obviously family members to worry about. How much do you think that interrupts preparation?
Oh, it absolutely does. You go from being able to host a playoff game in your home building, in your comfort, you have your routines, to it now being completely switched, and now you have to leave, but also you're leaving your family. Some people don't have the ability to also just move their families with them. We know the preparation going into any playoff game, but I know in football it's even more preparation. So that's going to, be on a lot of those guys' minds and making sure that their family is still safe, but also still trying to prepare for the Vikings going down to Arizona. So it's going to be challenging for those guys. Obviously, I know Sean McVay, he's a big-time coach. He's a big-time motivator and preparer. He's going to have those guys ready to go. But it's a lot on their mind, for sure going into their game. And with that said, as much as I want the Rams to win, I just feel like it's a lot on their plate. If they're able to bring it through, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think Minnesota, especially after the loss they had versus Detroit, are going to be super motivated to try to get back to playing at a high level and win that game.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one there. Minnesota, what a great story they've been all season long with the resurgence of Sam Darnold there. So wouldn't be shocked, certainly, if they kept that going here. Exciting for us, though, to have you back here picking more games, LeBron. Always a ton of fun. Everyone can check out these picks. Maybe tail them. Go help yourself out as you follow along with the king himself. LeBron, can't thank you enough, man. Really appreciate it.
Man, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, man.